What round of the tournament is this?
Second round.
What's there to smile about? What's there to smile about? Job's not finished? Job finished?
I knew it. I could see the good look.
Oh, this thing's going live. Why is this thing live right now? Oh, we're live. We're gonna kill it for a second.
just love this time of year.
This is why we got the shining moment. You knew, yeah. In a shining moment, you're willing to try. In a shining moment, you knew.
The magic of March.
All right. Winter Madness 2025. My name is Kenny Riley. I am joined with the one and only Mr. Chris Boyle.
Last minute special guest.
Absolutely. Last minute, best minute. We are getting geared up for one of the most anticipated matches of Winter Madness. We have Mr. Steve Leonard and Mr. Colby White facing off. There's a lot of buzz around this battle, Chris. There is quite a bit of units of American currency on this matchup, so I know that the viewers are going to be invested, tuning in, hopefully commenting. But I tell you what, man, it's an honor and a privilege to be in the booth with you today.
Likewise. Unexpected, but amazing.
Came in, I said, why don't you take a seat? You're going to be on the mic live with me, so here we are.
Going for it. We're ready for a hot match here.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get rolling. We're going to go ahead and do the ceremonious handshake. Both of these competitors not wanting to do it, but it has to do it because it's in the rules. Here we are, folks. Gearing up for the match of the ages.
People want they want.
Okay. We are going to be at Silo Ridge in New York. Colby White on the box first. Chris, you're going to be looking at 412 yards. Par 4, a little dog leg right.
First ball's off. And
ooh, looks like this ball is headed a little right. Okay. Yep. Colby finding his way. Yeah, Steve, 1 second. Colby just right of the fairway there, so he's going to have a little thinking to do. Just 1 second, yeah.
Still going to have a shot out of there, though. It did roll out a little bit. I think he's going to have a window.
So Chris, both of these players have power out the wazoo, so we are going to be in for a show as far as the tee box game. But both very capable players, pretty much have every shot they can do. But we are going to see Mr. Steve Leonard approaching the tee box here, number 1. Ooh, rips one up the center line, headed up central. Powerful drive here from Steve Leonard. Landing dead center of the fairway, a.k.a. the promised land.
Doesn't get much better than that.
It really doesn't. So now we are tuning in to the grounds crews here at Colby White's ball. Does have a look at the pin. Got a little bit of a side hill lie here, Chris. As you know, with the track, man, when the golf ball's below your feet, this ball's going to want to head left to right. Something fierce, but 128 yards here for Colby White. As we can see, the wind is dead in these players' face, so looks like he's going to have to play.
Power there too.
Got to play a little bit more than number here, especially coming out of this lie. But again, plenty of green behind that pin, so no reason to be scared off of this, and it's going to be a knockdown drag out in this match.
Yep. Colby likes to scramble, so I don't think he's afraid of this shot.
All right, Colby's shot headed right. Does bypass the trees, but he's going to be short of the green here. Now in this matchup, we do have a pop being awarded to Steve Leonard here on hole 2 and number 12. We will keep updating you guys as we proceed through the match, but 2 and 12 are the extra bullets for Mr. Steve Leonard. Steve left with 110 yards. Again, dead center of this fairway. Go zone for Steve. All right, Steve playing the slope well. Looks like it's headed left and does travel onto the green. It's a Very nice auto par there for Steve. So Steve coming out strong. Pretty steady Eddie here on hole number 1.
Colby's going to have to get in the circle if he wants to hold up on this one.
Yeah, so, a circle is necessary for this to push the match. So Colby's here 51 yards, just front right side of this green. All right, shot is off. Looks good. Needs to rip back. But okay. And here we have it. The first hole is done. Steve Leonard taking a lead off the first hole. Both competitors are ready to rock here. Now Steve does have the extra bullet here at hole number 2.
442-yard par 4.
Downhill quite a bit.
Yeah,
Chris,
downhill. Want to stay on the right-hand side of this one, it looks like.
Yeah, these players can hit well over 300 yards, so a little bit of a water feature up there on the left of the green, so see if they can rein it in and give it a show here. Okay, here is Steve Leonard going left of left, but does reach a fairway. Hopefully it settles in there. Still has a ability to navigate his way back onto his hole. Luckily, we have the entire course here at Silo Ridge rented out today, so no issues of playing off the hole of their choice. Colby White. All right, Colby, 177 miles an hour ball speed up the right side. Picture perfect. Gonna probably kick left here, Chris?
I think so. Just a little more.
Ooh, gonna try. Is caught up in that rough, but a 335-yard drive for Colby White.
Strong swing there.
Pretty incredible. Now, Steve is an absolute gamer here. Left with 191 yards. Nothing that he's afraid of. Kind of plodding his way up the hole here. And it does have a force carry with that water short of this green.
Take a little bit of a right to left path there, I think, based on his aim. Making sure the water doesn't come into play.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. But there it is.
The crowd asking for it to skip, and it does find the hazard there.
These balls are biodegradable. Don't worry, folks. No fish were harmed in the filming of this match.
Virtual golf, all things are safe. All right, Steve electing to take his shot from his original spot. Gonna give this another go here.
Wind's at his back now. He's gonna get a little help from that.
All right, Steve's shot is off. Asking for it to draw, is on a great line.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, on
shot.
the dance floor for Steve Leonard. Well done for Steve, overcoming some adversity there.
Listen, I did not want to do that. That was amazing.
Looks like there was some issues of the button that Steve pressed on that last shot, but all okay. He is on the dance floor, but Split Splash is absolutely right, David. Thank you for your input here. The water is real. Oh, Mando. All right, Colby's second shot, measuring in just under 100 yards here at the par 4, number 2. Ball above his feet, Chris.
Yeah, gonna have to go out to the right a little bit to make up for that.
Shot looks pretty solid.
Pretty good.
Is heading left. Needs to just dig in right there.
Ooh, will it hold
Okay.
on?
Honestly, just off the green, but nothing that he couldn't chip or putt. So Colby's third. It does need to make sure he gets it in the gimme circle. I believe Steve's
Picking up
fourth
his
shot,
putter.
so 5 and 6. So he's got, Colby needs a circle to win here. Anything on the green to push.
Playing it safe with the putter. Doesn't want to risk a errant chip here. It's
Yeah.
such a short distance. So.
Unnecessary mistakes, not on his mind. He's just going to go ahead and get this onto the green. Colby dunks
Oh, it's
it.
in the hole.
Wow.
Colby
What
White
a
making
hole.
a statement here
Unreal.
with the butter.
This is just bananas, folks. The confetti on the screen for everybody to see. Colby's going to let that run a couple of times here. Says, hey, Steve, take a look at the screen here. Gotta love the competition here. All right, we are headed to hole 3. The shenanigans are over, and we are back at Silo Ridge. Par 5, first par 5 of the match here, Chris. Colby does snag that box back, and looks like this is going to play pretty long, but with these guys' power, it could be interesting to get in there in 2, but Colby taking a conservative line up the left side.
Yeah, these matches, they have to think about if they're going to be as aggressive as they can be or if they're just going to try to play some good par golf.
All right, he is a cut boy. Let's see if he's going to have this. Oh, little just a butter cut headed up the left side, cutting back, and going to love the way he looks, Chris.
Really great shot from Colby here, just setting himself up for success on his next one.
18 yards. These guys, I don't know what that feels like. I don't know.
I'm saying, can't comment on that.
All right, Steve Leonard settling it in. Doesn't receive another bullet here until hole number 12. Jeff, stay there. All right, Steve Leonard out left and headed left, Chris.
Hopefully it'll hold on here.
Oh, does find some shrapnel there, short left of this fairway. Does have the ability to play this up the next fairway, but does look like he has an opening here, Chris.
Yeah. Not the best case scenario, but not the worst. He does have an option of what he's going to do. Looks like he's got a hybrid in his hand. Try to keep this one low and controlled.
Yeah, just trying to get out in the fairway. I mean, these guys are absolutely pounding this golf ball. Steve headed up the left side. Does canter left to right, so should give him a little nudge. Well done for Steve Leonard. Back in play. Okay, Colby White's second shot, 234 yards from an absolutely picture-perfect lie in the fairway. As you can see, the grid around his golf ball is absolutely flat. There's no issues with any downhill above his feet or below his feet or vice versa, but he does have a little bit of wind in his face. He's got about 4.5 miles
He's got an iron in
an
his
hour.
hand. I think he's going to try to keep it low and hook it around there a little bit, make the turn around the corner, and see if he can get to the green.
Oh, excellent shot from Colby White. Hit hard up the left-hand side of this fairway. Gonna just see if he can bounce on. Ooh, snuggles up just off the green on the left side. So Colby's looking at a very close chip, maybe even a putt for his third. Steve here at 138 yards on the left side of this fairway, Chris.
Yeah, there's not a lot of mercy when you're out of the fairway on this course. A lot of those uneven lies. So luckily, we don't have to worry about that when we're hitting the ball here inside, but still matters where it goes.
All right, great swing here from Steve. Carving in, looks really good.
Fantastic.
Okay, safely on. Well done for Steve. Pin high, looking really good. All right, Colby's third is measuring 23 yards off the front left portion of this green. He's got a wedge in hand.
A little bit of movement there, but pretty flat. Just has to pop it up and let it sit down right on the hole.
All right, shot is off. Looks pretty good. Needs to settle inside that gimme circle, which it does.
He's got it.
Okay, Colby White coming back strong. Now one up in this match. No pops there, so Colby does retain the box and grabs a point in his way to hole number 4. So
Yeah,
par.
no other pops are going to come into play until hole 12.
That's correct, Chris. 351 yards here for Mr. White. Sets up perfect for a little cut shot here out the tee box. .178 miles an hour of ball speed. This guy is
Right on his line.
absolutely murdering the golf ball. Ball's carrying well over 300 yards and does
Wow.
give him a little flip wedge. Again, don't know what that feels like, but it is very fun to see.
It must feel good.
These guys look like they're loving it. It does feel like a roller coaster, Matt. I'm here for the ride. Okay, Steve Leonard, 351 yards, got plenty of wind behind him. Needs to get this in the fairway. All right, 169 miles an hour ball speed, but headed left. Needs to just bypass that trouble. Does get a little car path love, but he's going to be located just off the path.
Aggressive draw. Aggressive draw.
Still a pretty makeable shot here, even though Steve's finding himself in some trouble. He's really doing a great job of just digging his way out of it. So
113 yards. This guy's got this shot all day long. Pins in the very back. He's got plenty of green to work with, Chris. We're uphill about 35 feet, so he's going to make sure that he's going to play this number, if not a little bit more. All right, Steve coming up just short, finds himself in that greenside bunker. Okay, left with 29 yards for his second shot, Chris. Again, a display of absolute power from both of these players, but Colby's got to be just thinking, let me get this on the green, rolling towards the pin. If it gets lucky, get inside that circle.
yeah, almost the same shot that he had on the last hole. Just a nice, easy swing. Should put him in a good spot here.
All right, looks good off the club. Oh, enters and then exits the gimme circle. Does look like that might be a frog's hair lie, Chris.
That could be trouble for Colby. It's going to make him have to be a little more aggressive on his next play.
Yeah, not an auto par there, so he's still got some work to do, but zoning in here on Steve's third shot from the greenside bunker. As you can see, he's looking at where he wants to land this golf ball. Currently one down in this matchup. Looks like a clean wedge shot.
It's gotta go a
Inching
little bit.
towards the gimme circle. Oh, just short. Oh, it's a well-executed shot, not rewarded with that. Now Colby does have a frog's hair lie here, so that means it's just off the green. Going to force him to choose a wedge or a putter. And it looks like he does like his flat stick here.
Yeah, Kenny, these shots are really tough in indoor golf. A lot of people don't understand how menacing it can be when you're this close to the flag in an indoor match. The wedge is a lot of times a choice, but I think in these matches the putter is a safe way to go.
All right, Colby
go.
taking the safe route. Enters the gimme circle. Greg, frogs do have hair. It's very scientific. I don't want to get into it right now, so we can discuss the specifics of that later. But Colby White does grab another one back there, and we are headed to hole number 5.
So Colby will be back on the tee box this time.
Not giving it up. Wants to keep that thing as long as he can. So first par 3 of the course here. Measuring it at 144 yards, Chris. Now, with power like these guys, this has got to be a display of gamesmanship to make these shorter shots, just park them right where they need them to.
Show a little restraint. Anything on the green will get you a par here, and I think that's what these guys are looking at, is just a big open green there. And it's not really the biggest green. It looks a little bigger there, but it's literally a pretty tiny green at the end of that fairway run.
All right, Colby White pulls up and headed to the right side of this green, but
coming
does
back
look
to
like he's
left.
going to hit.
Hold on. There
And
we go.
does stay. Well done. Nice par recorded for Mr. Colby White. Steve's Looking at
Shout out to the 91 people watching right
91 of you here. All right.
So what do you think, Kenny? Is Steve going to go right for the pin here to try to get ahead?
I see a
Or is he
gimme
just being
circle here.
safe?
I think he's ready. Oh, I love
It's
it.
looking great.
I love it. Come on. Okay, does error for the center of that green there, and both players do record a par there, so Colby White does remain 2 up on this match. We are headed to hole 6. It's exciting stuff, Chris.
That's awesome.
All right, hole 6 is a 406-yard par 4.
It's going to play well to Colby's cut here.
He
Can
is a
make
cut
that
boy.
work.
175 miles an hour ball speed, headed right. This is a dreaded cut in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
little too much of a cut.
let's hope he gets a good lie here. Ooh, unfortunate. Does find some of the shrubbery here, right side of this hole. Steve's got to see this as an opening. Steve choosing less than driver, Chris, so looking for a little bit more control over the absolute power we know he has.
Definitely an opportunity here for Steve. Not knowing what Colby's second shot's going to look like there. It can definitely be treacherous territory when you get in the bushes here. So Steve just wants to put one out there in the middle of the fairway and give himself a good second shot.
Steve searching for his pinnacle gold here to take off for his tee shot here. This guy is just murdering golf balls. Fortunately, this has got that left syndrome here. He's going to hit just left to the cart path, so he's going to have a shot. Kind of rein in that adrenaline. Needs to calm himself down, but only left with 165 yards. Doesn't seem like there's any real danger in front of his golf ball here, Chris.
No, just that lie a little bit. Going to give him a little tough way out of there. Just the ball's going to want to move to the right. And he's probably going to lose a little bit of power here, too. He's got plenty of power to get it through.
All right, low screamer.
Hold
Ooh. Okay, well done. Escaping danger. Oh,
Oh, no.
Here we are. The grounds crew is next to Colby White's golf ball, and it is, as you can see, you can't even see his golf ball here.
Yeah.
He is
People
in,
often say trees aren't real, but sometimes they are.
these look pretty real, Chris. Oh, there's zero talking here in the bay between these competitors. These guys shook hands and wiped the stank off their hands. They do not want anything to do with each other on this match.
It's all business here.
Okay, a nice Sugarloaf head cover here on the bar top here at the Gimme Golf Club. We love Sugarloaf. Thank you for making such good gear. But Colby White coming out of some thick danger. Okay, does clean. Oh, clean shot through some more trees. And, okay. There's a crazed fan in the back asking for this ball to do some crazy stuff here.
Great out from Colby there. It's really tough to get out of those situations. You just have to step up and swing confidently, and that's what Colby did. He picked his line and
Tried to
he's
take any
lives
of
to
that,
see another day.
any of that danger out of his mind and just making sure that he makes good contact with that golf ball. We got the DR here on the right, the DR, and Mr. JT, the guy that you're hearing in the background talking nonsense. But we love, cheers, buddy. All right, Steve Leonard, 29 yards out. Nice little flip wedge here. Does need to get going. Unfortunate fumble there for Steve. He's got to
Colby
start
finds
thinking
himself in
about
the
how he's going to
sand.
do this.
Not too bad of a shot there. Not too big of a lip to get over. I think this should be easy work for Colby. But the pin position is a little bit tough there, just being tucked in there, and he's not going to have a lot of room. So looks like he has a little bit of downhill on the top of that berm. So we'll see what he does with that here.
Plenty of room behind the pin here, so maybe he just errs to just get this on the surface. Well, sounds like a clean wedge, but needs to get... Okay, safely on. Just past the gimme circle, so Colby's in for a 5 for a bogey here. Steve does need to land this in the gimme circle to push this hole. All right. Steve contemplating what shot that he needs to do here. 10 yards off, just the front side of the screen, just on the apron.
I think he's got a putter in his hand there, Kenny. So trying to rein it in a little bit, take a little bit of the wedge air out of play again. I think these guys are smart, just trying to seek this circle here on those short ones.
Knows what he needs to do, feels confident with the club in his hands. Oh, really, really smart play from Steve
great
Leonard.
Shot.
Well done.
Great shot.
Brains and brawn here for both these competitors. Ooh. Little S up here, a little shush up from Steve Leonard here.
This is a family program, so we're just happy that everybody's
Everybody
keeping their
love
emotions
everybody.
under control here today.
All right, Tropics. All right, Colby White still in the box. 300-yard par 4. Winds with him about 6 miles an hour, swirling.
Little heckling from the crowd here, trying to bait Colby into hitting his driver and going for the green here, but he's opting for an iron and just a clean shot.
Yeah, you know, I think that they've got plenty of power here, so Colby electing for an iron off the tee. All right, crispy iron shot, headed to the right. Okay, that's going to be just fine, even if he does end up in the sand. Okay, flat lie, Chris.
Yep.
Nothing too crazy.
wrong with that.
240-yard iron shot. Again, these guys are no strangers to the long ball. A little ankle cam, a little gam cam there. All right, Steve deciding if he wants to go aggressive or follow suit with a conservative play here.
It's still early in the match, so it is as tempting as it could be with a drive like Steve's to just put one up on the green. There's some trouble there too with if it's long, he has a penalty area, so I think he's kind of just considering that and the water on the other side and thinking, I'm going to hit an iron shot here, then maybe get a little more control.
Conservative play here, but I think it is the right play. All right, love this shot from Steve Leonard. Headed up the left side. Going to give him a great look.
Perfect shot.
Well done for Steve Leonard, baby.
All right, Steve's stepping back up here. 74 yards out. Pretty good look at the pin here. Doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, so with that iron off the tee, does elect for a stellar second shot. 74 yards, Chris. Still does have that wind behind his back, and that pin is absolutely tucked right up front. All right, Steve's wedge shot headed left and needs to come back, but does land in that left center of that green and secured in for his par. Thank you, Gene. Gam cam. That was a gam cam. All right, Colby just under 60 yards coming from the sand. Again, plenty of room behind the screen. On his second shot, he could be aggressive, but honestly, I think he's just going for the green.
Yeah, he's just got to get it up there and go for the push on this one. And
all right, Colby's shot is off. Headed up the right. Looking pretty good if it can dig in. Oh, enters and exits the gimme circle.
Was a great shot from Colby, just a little bit past the 8-foot gimme circle, but he's going to be happy with the par and keeping his 2 holes up at this point. So,
yeah, I agree. I think that there was no reason to get aggressive. He's got a 2-shot lead over Steve. He just needed to get the ball onto the green and pick it up and move to the 8th hole, par 5. These are where these guys got room to run here.
This is an interesting hole for these guys here, too, because with their kind of power, the water isn't really even in play for them.
Yeah, what water?
There is no water.
All right, 176 miles an hour ball speed.
Just
These guys
roasted down the middle.
are putting just incredible club speed behind these golf balls, carrying well over 300 yards, rolling out to 340 yards. The competition is real. The speed is even more real. Let's see if Steve can guide his golf ball into the fairway here. Yeah, Adam, I agree. What water? All right, Steve Leonard. Wearing the shit out of that backwards hat. All right, 170 miles an hour ball speed, but again, headed left. Needs to find some area to land. Unfortunately, I think he's going to be in the thick.
Oh, no.
A crazed fan is starting to give advice to Steve Leonard. I think he's called security.
See if Steve wants to take the drone view here and pop up and see what he's got. Looks like he's just going to choose a line and commit to it. Really, anything can happen here, Kenny. You never know exactly where the ball is going to go coming out of this type of situation. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. Hopefully it goes right.
Oh, we hear some clanking here. Does catch some shrapnel there. Okay, does make his way out of the thickness, but still left in some knee-high wildlife grass there. There's just the fairway metal out of that lie. I don't know if that was the right call. I understand that you want to hit it hard to get out of there, but the TrackMan is designed to make it as realistic as possible. So I don't know if he could actually get a 3-wood on that in real life. All right, Steve's third. Again, needs to just get this back in play. Is aimed towards the right side of bunkers next to this green.
It's coming out really nice here.
All right, low.
Cutting back over to the left. It's going to roll
Low
a little
screamer, and really well done from Steve Leonard. Well done. All right, Chris. Colby's left with 190 yards on his second shot. Now Steve has had some errors on this hole, so this is a time where Colby can just keep it steady. Anything on this green is a guaranteed birdie.
Yeah, I think he just has to be confident in his distance and just put it on the green here and save his aggression for later.
Agreed. Save it. Colby sporting the Gimme Golf Club Tour visor, wearing it well. A fall ball hoodie from 2023 and the electric pants. Colby White. Ooh, asking for a
Calling for a draw here.
coming left, and there is the
Getting
draw.
it. He's willed it into existence.
Leaning
here.
hard here.
what
Okay,
a shot.
does find the dance floor. That is a automatic birdie here for Colby White. So Steve, fourth shot, 20 yards off the front side of this green. It's a pretty clean wedge. Ooh, Steve entering and exiting the gimme circle. So that is another point here for Mr. White, bringing him 3 up through 8 holes. We're headed to hole number 9 here, and Chris, we've got the live cam here in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Again, thank you for joining me today.
Yes, happy to be here.
It means the world that this is such a touted matchup to have another TrackMan aficionado here in the booth. Yes, kind of explaining the ones and twos to the folks at home, but let's get back. We've got Steve Leonard. I'm sorry, Mr. Colby White here, 173 yards, par 3.
Really tough pin on this one.
Tiny green,
Tucked around
Chris.
the corner.
Tiny green. That pin is protected with that green side bunker, but plenty of that green over to the right side. But pretty gusty day out here at Silo Ridge. Quite a bit of wind behind these players, so maybe not playing that number. Maybe just taking a touch off.
Yeah, these par 3s, the name of the game is just get it on the green in this type of play. Just take your par and move on. I think that's what Colby's going to do here.
All right, right, Colbs is up, headed towards the right side. A little bit of a draw here. Looks pretty darn good.
Really good.
Okay, hits his number, safely aboard. Colby's in for his par. Making Steve pull a shot here. All right, again, 173 yards. Quite a bit of wind behind these players. Swing smooth, Steve. All right, Steve's shot's headed left. Needs to just dig in right here. Settle. Okay, not bad. Still pin high, just off the left side. This is a makeable chip, 14 yards here. As you can see, those tick marks, kind of a double break there. The first maybe 5 or 6 feet is going to be heading right, and then right after that, Chris, that ball's going to want to be headed left.
He needs to put it in the circle here to hold Colby off on this hole.
All right, chip is off. Well
Great
done
shot.
from Steve Leonard. Clutch shot. Let's go.
Great chip under pressure there to push on this hole and keep him alive. Great way to start the back nine.
Tell you what, Steve is still there. 1 on 12. That's the last one.
12 and 18.
Yep.
1 and 18 as well.
You got 1 on 18? My God.
Okay, a new update here in the booth. That Steve is receiving the shot on 2, 12, and 18. I want to hopefully that is accurate, but I do believe that is the truth. But looks like that Colby White here looking down. Quite a big drop off here, 51 feet down from this tee box, so elevated tee box.
Yeah, it's going to play a little bit shorter because of that, and Colby's wondering if that water is going to be a problem for him and maybe opt in for a little more conservative of a first shot here.
Yeah, it doesn't absolutely need to hit driver here, and does look like he is going back to the bag. Okay, does go back to an iron, Chris. I think that this is the smart play. 3 up in this match, does not need to get loose just yet. Needs to keep his composure and just put one in the fairway. As you can see, this crowd is growing around the match here in Bay 1. All right, Colby's off, headed up the right side.
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, hit
Should
well.
hit there and roll out a little bit for him.
Yeah, a little bit of a speed slot here.
Incredible. 260-yard iron shot off the tee to put him right in the middle of the fairway and a reachable second shot.
Picture perfect. I think our fan has decided to settle down and agree with the approach for Mr. Colby White to take less than there. And pretty amazing that he's changing his tune so early in this match.
Yeah, as we get into the back nine of this course, there's a lot more penalty areas and things to consider as well. So taking these safer shots is going to be a good way to go.
All right, Steve lacing one up the left side. Going to be just fine. Deciding to take less than driver, but still
Almost
darn near
300 yards.
300 yards for these guys.
Incredible.
It's unreal how much power these guys have.
There's not a lot of us that are worried about hitting our fairway woods 300 yards.
I don't even know what that's like. But shout out to Looper's Pub here and located in the back of the Gimme Golf Club here in St. Charles. I'm making sure that these competitors do not go thirsty.
Got to stay hydrated. Very important, even when you're inside.
You know, it's a #1 rule. All right, Colby White, 230 yards. Crispy iron shot headed up the right side with a little draw.
He's going to have to draw a little more for him, but he is going to get a little bit of a bounce to the left here. Ooh, not enough.
Does land himself in that secondary cut of rough, but again, so close to the hole. I don't think that's a terrible miss by any means.
It's a big opportunity for Steve here. A lot of options for him to reach this green here.
Yeah, Steve looking at about 197 yards. Got an iron in hand. This is a point where he's going to start having to play a little bit more aggressive, Chris.
Yeah, opting to take a little bit rightward line to avoid that water there.
Ooh. Power iron shot headed right to left. Clears all the trouble. See if it gets a little kick for him.
Oh.
Okay, these guys are hanging out together. We do love a chipping contest. Both players just about 15 yards off of this green. This pin is tucked very close to the front right edge of this green. Steve just throwing golf balls here.
Yeah,
in this,
balls are flying in here.
Get that pinnacle gold out here. He doesn't like it anymore.
A little bit of tension between the players and whose ball is whose.
Colby keeps it in his pocket. He knows which one it is. All right, Steve Leonard. Clutch chip here. Third shot, par 5. Ooh, takes it up. Lands soft.
Ooh.
Okay, enters and exits the gimme circle, but is on for his par. All right, Colby's third. Same distance here, Chris, 15 yards. Maybe gets a little teach there from...
I think Colby's going to go for the circle here. He doesn't really have a reason not to. If it rolls out, he's still safe with the push here.
Colby White. All right, little timid chip there. I did see this happening. Oh, but
Just
looks
creeps. Is it in the first cut?
looks like it's on the frog's hair. Dance stretch. Oh, no. All right, only 4 yards off of this hole. He can putt this. Has made one here today. See if he can make a second.
Yeah, he's just got to tap this into the circle and take it on the chin this hole. You can't blame him for trying there.
Well, I would say the water behind the hole had to be in his mind. He couldn't hit this too hard because it has a chance to go over the green and get in even more trouble. So all things considered, this is a good miss. So Colby with the putter. All right, snuggling this up next to the hole, but we'll record a 5 here. Both players with a 5 here, no blood. Colby remains 3 up in this match after 10.
Coming around to hole 11 here at Silo Ridge.
Beautiful
par
spot.
4.
What a
328.
golf course is absolutely beautiful.
Looks like Colby's ready to get the big dog out and let it eat again. He has a chance to go straight for the green here.
Well, 328 yards. We've seen him hit multiple drives that measure that distance. So
Yeah, he
looks
might
like
have
he's
to
gonna
take a little
aim.
off even to to catch this green.
Does love to play the cut, a little left to right. All right, does take a little off, Chris. So looks like it's heading left without any cut. He's gonna probably find himself in that bunker, but
Yeah.
does roll back down to a decent lie. Nothing too wild, but would prefer a flat lie. But we'll have to check that ball out when the grounds crew gets up to that golf ball. All right, Steve with the big dog here. Hopefully he does aim a little right. He's had a little issue keeping this golf ball on the hole. All right,
great.
Steve with a powerful drive up the right-hand side. Needs to just stay right there. Lean for him. Lean. Tree spit.
Ooh, he's safe on
Okay.
the other side.
Well done. All right, a close-up shot of Mr. Kyle Walton's better half, Mandy Walton and Katie Shoup. They're here enjoying the matchup here, the epic matchup between Steve Leonard and Colby White. All right, we're going to zip back in here to Colby White. He's left with 69 yards out of the fairway bunker. Does look like this green's a little sloped. Maybe
Well
a
hit straight at it.
Looks good. Headed a little left. Needs to dig.
Oh,
Okay,
spins
does zip
and
back and safely
safe.
aboard the dance floor for his 4. Steve's going to have a little bit of a questionable lie here, but he is on his second shot. Only 54 yards away from this green. It's got plenty of green before the pin.
That deep rough is going to take a little bit off, so he's going to have to play this a little bit more like a 65 or 70-yard shot here.
Does have a little bit of wind in this as well. All right, looks like it's a clean contact here. Going to get running.
Oh, go.
Okay, does make his way onto the dance floor. Well done for Steve and Colby, both recording a par there. We are headed to number 12, which means that Mr. Steve Leonard does have an extra bullet on this hole.
Colby is still on the tee box on this par 4. 389 yards.
Absolutely not.
So, Colby playing the cut here, he's probably just going to have somewhat of a shot just over all this trouble that you see short of this fairway and just let it fade back into the fairway. Just got a little wind helping off the left-hand side, so it should be a pretty smooth swing. All right, 177 miles an hour ball speed, cutting perfectly into the center of this fairway. Chris,
Beautiful shot.
these guys are good, man.
Yeah, they're just taking a look at what's in front of them and making a decision on what they need to do and doing it right now, and I think that's what Colby did there. He knows that he is at a disadvantage in this hole with the pop, so he just needs to play smart, give himself a good layup to the hole, and not get greedy here.
Yeah,
Keep his
stay
lead.
away from any silly mistakes. As Marcus Hibbard would say, be an athlete. All right, Steve Leonard
Absolutely
headed up the left
cranked.
side and headed left. Oh, no, does find his way. OB's going to have to re-tee here. All right,
Steve does have a pop on this hole.
headed over to Lucas Wessler here. Cheers here from the gallery. Feeling good about his win. Mark Schulte shielding his face there. Not supposed to be.
The most handsome man in the Gimme Golf Club is afraid to show his face on camera today.
No, congratulations to Lucas. It was a well-fought battle and a good win for him. Congratulations.
Schulte nodding his head in shame.
All right, Steve's second tee shot here, headed up the right center and drawing back into the promised land. Get a bump
Oh, it's
here.
gonna bump into the
And,
fairway. Just
short, but well done. Unfortunately, Steve's still out at 100 yards on his 4th shot here, number 12, par 4. Steve does have a pop on his hole, and unfortunately does not look like he's taking advantage. All right, crispy wedge off Steve's
It's going to have to
shot
come
here.
left. I don't know if it's going to
Little
climb
short.
that hill. Just
Okay.
short.
Okay. Oh, a beautiful gimme putter cover here. Authentic leather here. Colby taking his weapon out of the bag here.
Again, Colby
80.
just needs to get it on the green here. I think he's just going to look at the middle and try to get it as close to the flag as he can and take the par.
Pretty simple stuff here. 89 yards just out of that second cut. Just, again, big green here. Get it on. Let's go to the next. All right, wedge is headed right.
Oh, it's going to be a little short.
Looks like that rough did have a little bit of effect on his golf ball. All right, Steve's 5th, just off the front side of this green, Chris. 13 yards. Wedge in hand. Oh, soft-handed wedge here from Steve. Oh, just outside of the gimme circle.
Yeah, these greens are tough today. A lot of these chips entering the circle and exiting just barely.
Yeah, it's a game of inches here, and unfortunately, the inches are outside of that 8-foot circle. But Colby electing for the putter here, just 9 yards off. Ooh, onto the green, but not enough to get into the gimme circle. Looks like Colby does record the bogey, and Steve with a triple, even with his pop, does give one up to Colby White here.
So that's going to bring us in to hole 13 with Colby up 4.
4 up through 12. We are here with another par 3, the second easiest hole here at Silo Ridge. Looks like 193 yards. Pretty small green up here. It's pretty astounding that this is one of the easiest holes on this property, but Colby does have the box.
When you're hitting the ball like these guys, though, 193 is nothing.
Yeah. Colby White. All right, there is a gust of wind that's headed right, and it looks like that it's Colby's
back
draw
to the left just a little.
is getting caught up in that crosswind, but again, just off the right side.
Colby's frustrated with that shot, slamming his club into the ground a little bit there, but still putting himself in a good position to get a par here with a circle on his next shot.
A little shout out from Kinsley Walton. That's my neighbor, talking about Mr. Steve Leonard. They live right across the street from the Walton household. All right, Steve's up and left, and staying left just needs to just settle right there. Right there. Okay.
That tree could be trouble for Steve. Well, maybe not.
Well, does
He has a window.
stay in bounds, but it's going to have a little bit of a thickness to get through here.
The good news is the tree shouldn't come into play up above him. It's a pretty tall tree, so I think he can still hit a confident wedge shot here, which is what he's going to need to do, and probably go just behind the flag on this green.
Oh, I think it needs to go. Unfortunately, didn't get enough sauce on that. Just short front
Kenny,
side of
it's
that
just
bunker.
really hard to tell on some of these holes in the TrackMan. A lot of people may not realize that the numbers are just numbers, and sometimes it's hard to calculate exactly what a club is going to do when you're thinking about your distance, especially on a chip like that from a shady
Questionable
lie.
lie, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Colby White's second shot, 21 yards off, just the front right of this green. All right, high lofted wedge here, just
Gonna feed
rolling
to the left a
towards,
little.
and just give him a little stoppage
Gonna
right
have to
here.
slow down. Will
All
it? Yes,
right.
it will.
Gimme circle here. Players cross each other across the playing area. Colby's in for his par. Steve's third shot.
He's got to hold this out for a push here.
Oh, just gets up and hits it. Says, take me to the next. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hole 13. Business is done. Colby grabs yet another one. Here we are, 5 up through 13. This match is dormy. So here's what dormy would mean, that Steve is going to need to win every hole from here till the end of this match through 18.
Yeah, to force a playoff.
Any win from Colby will solidify this match as a W for him. Looking at hole 14 is a downhill par 4 measuring just 306 yards. So Colby with 5 up, I think he might get a little aggressive here and just shut the door pretty quickly here. So electing for
a 300
driver.
yard cut is easy work for Colby. I think he's going to go for it here. Smooth swing.
Yeah, it does take a little off there, but that wind right to left is just affecting him just a little bit. But again, not a bad miss. Not a bad miss.
And he's got a great line to the flag there. And again, Colby's just got to put things on the green.
Cruising,
right now.
just cruising right now.
Now we'll see what Steve's going to do here. If he's going to just come out swinging and try to put himself back in the game here, or if he's going to be on the conservative side.
All right.
Legit just in time.
All right, Colby White's better half, Miss Talia, and his young daughter, Miss Hal, coming in the front door here at the Gimme Golf Club.
Little Wrigley barking in the backswing there. Doesn't seem to affect Mr. Leonard, who just absolutely smashes this thing.
Hit hard, but needs to go. Looks like it's going to cover just fine,
He's gonna be
Chris.
safe. Really great shot.
Oh,
there.
well done for Steve.
It's going to settle into the
Not
fairway.
done yet, he says. Not done yet.
Great shot from Steve Leonard there when he needed it.
All right, Colbs is looking at it 32 yards for his second.
I think this ball's going to come out a little bit to the right based on his lie.
All right, pretty clutch wedge
Really
here.
great shot.
Oh, trundling.
Oh,
Settle.
hold down.
Oh, here it is.
Mr. White is in the circle.
That's a birdie for Mr. Colby White. Steve needs to birdie circle this. Needs to get this in
No
the gimme
pressure.
circle. He's got to dunk this. Excuse me, folks.
Shots off.
Doesn't suck. Doesn't suck. Yeah!
Unbelievable. Steve Leonard
What a hole
with the response
to extend
Colby
this
White.
match.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely electric here in Bay 1. Wow.
Mr. Leonard will live to see another hole today. Colby White is shaking his head in
Oh
disbelief right now.
my goodness, his jaw is on the ground. Steve's got us. Oh my!
You can't ask for better golf than this right here.
Unreal. For the first time in this match, Steve Leonard does get the box. Things are changing, folks. All right. A gettable par 3 here. 200 yards.
Some friendly words of a competitive nature are flying in the bay here.
They're gamers, folks. Okay, Steve's 205 yards downhill, 16 feet. Oh no, and that left miss again.
Kyle Walton with the exclaiming "oh no" in the background there. Out of bounds.
Oh, and here we are. He concedes the match. He gives up. Mr. Colby White reigns victorious, surviving and advancing. Well done from both competitors.
Wow.
Insane.
It's important to remember that as much as there can be fierce competition here at the Gimme Golf Club, we're all friends and family. So these two exchanging a hug here and some kind words at the end of a fierce battle today, and we'd love to see it.
That's how we do it at the Gimme Golf Club.
That's right.
All right, we are going to work our way over to the infamous pen cam. Going to have Colby White make it official.
We did not see that coming, did we?
It was pretty insane.
I didn't see that coming.
All
Colby.
right, Colby bending down. Colby White, congratulations. Makes his way through the Winter Madness bracket. Obviously, the crowd is electric in here.
Steve Leonard giving Colby a little clap here because they're still friends.
Everybody's
Love
going, oh, you got to love the warmish embrace from his young daughter here and his lovely wife here. Oh, there it is. And Daddy's little girl.
Colby's family walked in just in time
Seeing
to see him clutch this victory.
Absolutely. You got to love it. Colby's on cloud 9 right now, but more importantly, Chris, absolutely insane matchup here. Back and forth.
Great
Colby
round
came
of
out hard and a demanding lead. Steve with a chip-in eagle to make it interesting, but the story has been told. Colby White remains victorious. Steve Leonard going home as the second best out of this matchup. But, Chris, a day of matches in the books. I, again, appreciate you joining the booth today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Winter Madness, man. What do you got to say about this tournament?
It's amazing. If you're not tuning in, you better be, and come out to the club and catch a match live. It's a vibe, you know?
100%. Well, thank you all for tuning in and sharing your comments today. But we are done for the day, so enjoy your weekend, and we will see you next time.
It is time to make dreams a reality. Don't you just love this time of year?